Good morning, and welcome to the Clearwater Corps. We're glad that you chose to worship with us today. Salvation Army General Frederick Coots wrote, "The Christian engages in worship in order to clarify the action he must undertake in everyday life, to reinforce his spirit so that he becomes a co-worker with God who is at work in human affairs." And so with this in mind this morning, and as you peruse your copy of the source, there are many opportunities for you to indeed reinforce your spirit and be a co-worker with the Father. And before we get into some of those announcements this morning, our Corps officer has a special announcement. Thank you.
Attended the New Year's Eve service here back in the gym, and during that time we talked about one word that can change your life. If you were there, you remember we talked about that one word rather than a New Year's resolution that just seems to fall flat many times. And so after that time together, someone came to me and asked me to make available for you the words we had listed on the screen. And so if you're looking for one word to change your life during 2019, we have a list of suggestions for you. It looks like this. It's back on the back table just in the foyer, so feel free to grab one as you leave this morning.
When you look at the activities for this week and today, just a reminder to the Corps cadets, we will meet for lunch and lessons following the Holiness Meeting. And there's also a young adult fellowship that will meet at the same time. And then tonight, 6 p.m., Soror Brass Concert, which is our monthly Say It With Music. So tonight, 6 p.m., Say It With Music, Soror Brass Concert. And then as you look through, you'll find that there, in addition to the regular scheduled meetings, there are multiple committee meetings. We won't go through them, but just to direct your attention to them so that you can be aware that they're taking place this week. Also, there'll be a special time following our service this morning, spiritual renewal, and we invite the junior soldiers and those involved in junior church to remain for the whole service this morning because of that renewal time later on today. Now, just to remind you, Salvation Army 101, SA 101, which is an informational seminar on the Salvation Army and the Clearwater Corps, January the 26th. So if you haven't signed up already, we'd invite you. There's a sign-up sheet in the lobby. And then just to ask that you especially be in prayer for our Clearwater Bible Conference with guest Lieutenant Colonels John and Marty Needham, which will be February the 1st through the 3rd. Now, when you look at the coming events, you'll realize that there are a lot of things taking place in the next few months here at the Clearwater Corps. It's a busy time, and in those events to raise funds for world services, you will see information about these in the source. If you're a member and have received a flyer, we'd invite you to participate. We need volunteers, so if you're interested, there's a sign-up sheet in the back for all of those activities as we raise funds for world services over the next few months. Now, just to direct your attention once again to the prayer list on the back of your source. Be mindful of those who are in need of prayer, and just drop them a note, stop by and see them, and just let them know that you're interested. On a positive note, word received that Irish White will be returned home from rehab this week. On Wednesday, as I recall, Garble, and so we're grateful for that. She's been in rehab for a number of weeks now, so we just pray for Irish and Garble as they readjust in these days ahead. Now, it's always good to have visitors join us for worship, and we especially would welcome Commissioner Heatwall this morning from our international headquarters. We'd invite you to stand, if you would. Just let us welcome you. I understand this is your first worship service at the Clearwater Corps, so we'd invite you back anytime. And speaking of visitors, if you are a visitor this morning, if it's been a while since you've been here, we're going to invite you to stand. And as you stand, one of our ushers will bring a card to you. It's a little tear-off, and we'd like for you to just fill that out, drop one part in the offering plate, take the other as a remembrance of your time here in Clearwater. So if you're a visitor this morning, if it's been a while since you've been here, please stand. Let's welcome our visitors this morning, all right? If you live in the area, we'd invite you to come be a part of our fellowship. And if you're just visiting, then anytime that you can come and share with us, we'd love to have you.